Hello, hello, everyone. How are you, my friends? This is Lori Mueller coming to you on Saturday, August 21st. Normally, I have my Sunday Stampin' Dreams on Sunday, but I have to move it up one day due to co-hosting my niece's baby shower that we're going to hold via Zoom. So I appreciate anybody that was able to adjust their schedule to join me live. If you are live, you're going to see the red button up in the corner. Otherwise, make certain that you like and follow my business page, Lori Dream Stampin', and that way you get notifications when I do go live on Sundays normally. But tomorrow I'm going to have so much fun with my sister hosting a baby shower for my niece who had her baby at 23 weeks. He was 1 pound, 3 ounces. And he's up to over 4 pounds right now. And my sister was able to hold him for the first time yesterday. So it was so exciting. He's still at NICU. And doing well. He's had a couple of procedures to help progress some things a little bit, but otherwise he seems to be doing really well. And it's just amazing what medicine and technology can do for instances where the baby is just not wanting to stay in that womb the full term. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But I am so grateful that you're here today. Hey, Kay. Hi, Holly. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to play with more Sale-A-Bration sets. So I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am very passionate about what I love to do, and that is paper crafting, whether it's cards, 3D projects, home decor, you name it, anything that I can get my hands on with our beautiful Stampin' Up! Products to create something amazing and heartwarming to gift or either keep for myself. But I love to share it with you. And this Sale-A-Bration, this is the second one this year, first time ever, has got some, oh my gosh, I'm so excited with all the products, that so much so that I put 4 items from the Sale-A-Bration brochure and the host set that you can get for free when you host a party and it reaches $300. This one does not come off of your Stampin' Rewards. It's actually out and out free. But you have to have that qualifying order. But yeah, so 4 items from the Sale-A-Bration that you can earn with $50 increments, and then the host set. So, and it's beautiful. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I shared a card last week using the Textures and Frames stamp set, and I couldn't put it away because I used 4 out of the 6 images and I hadn't played with the other 2, so I'm picking on one of those 2 to create a really fun and vibrant but yet down to earth background based on the color palette that is available with the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper. That's another item that's available for Sale-A-Bration with a $50 purchase. Then I'm throwing in the counting sheep. Got to have a little sheep in there, and then the dies that coordinate with it. So each of those, again, you can earn with a $50 increment. So out of the 4 items, you would spend $20 or $200 because 50, 50, 50, 50. And then if you had friends that wanted to place an order with you to reach that $300, then you can get that host set for free. So it was fun. I really enjoyed it. So truth be told, you can kind of guess how much I spent to get all this, right? But that's the benefit of a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that I get all my products at a discount and can have so much fun playing with everything at the same time. So if you are interested in coming to join my family, my Stampin' Up! Family, let me know, and I would love to visit with you. So I cannot wait to get started with this card. It is, like I said, it's for a young lady that I've been working with the last year and a half, and she achieved something that she did not share with me, and I found out just a couple days ago, and I'm so excited for her. So I had her in mind when I created this card. It's a the sentiment in the host set is full of different types of sentiments that are not your typical happy birthday, thinking of you type of thing. So I can't wait to share. So let's flip the camera and let's get started. All right, so here is our little Sale-A-Bration catalog. And let's go ahead and zoom in just a smidgen. And it is filled with a number of selections to choose from. So this designer series paper is one of them that I'm using on my card. And the color palette is listed right here in the brochure, but it's also listed on the back of the paper pack, so that you don't have to worry about writing it down somewhere. It's all documented. The next piece that I am using in our card is this counting sheep. I'm using this little guy right there. Super cute. And it also has a coordinating set of dies that goes with it, with some extras that you can incorporate into your creation. So you can make a little farm scene, you can do a little birthday because it's got a birthday hat, doing some dreaming, with some clouds. So that's number 3. And then the focal where I started was with the textures and frames. And I think a number of you might remember the card that I created last week, which was this one. And then I had a coordinating envelope that went with it. But so much fun. So that is number 4. And then the last one that I am incorporating for the sentiments is this set right here. So if you have a wish to host a party, get your friends together, and reach the $300 mark, you will earn this stamp set for free. It does not use any Stampin' rewards, because with your $300, you'll get a 12% return for Stampin' rewards, which is free shopping, but this doesn't come off of that, so it is so much fun. And this is the stamp set, and you can see by the different sentiments that it hits a variety. So hope your day is fantabulistic. And I am always using Fantabulous with my responses with friends or whatever. And then Life is Full of Ups and Downs, Hold On Tight. And then there is a couple of birthdays, so you can use this on the outside and then incorporate that on the inside of your card. Sending this card for no particular reason. Now I did choose this sentiment, hope this card makes you smile, simply because the young lady that I'm working with is kind of shy. She's kind of quiet, and so I just wanted to make a subtle statement on her card. Because otherwise, I see you and you are wonderful is perfect for her special occasion as well. Because I'd like to lift them up and encourage them to do great things. So this one you can get for free when you host a party that is $300 or more. And then these are the other stamp sets. One is rubber, the other one is photopolymer, and then the cute little dies that you get with it, or that you can earn with a $50 order. So are you ready for the card? Here is her card. I'm so excited. I used the rectangle one because I didn't use it in my last card to create my own background. And as I had mentioned, I used the color palette that was found on the paper pack right here. It gave you a variety of balmy blue, basic black, calypso coral, fresh freesia, just jade, misty moonlight, and soft seafoam. So the only two I didn't use were calypso coral and misty moonlight. But otherwise everything else is incorporated into this card, as well as a strip of the designer series paper that is in that pack. But I did tone it down with a layer of vellum over top. It does have a pattern on there, kind of like little frosty snowflakes type of look, because I didn't want it to steal away from my background. And I did use a thick whisper white or basic white base, and then I did matte this piece on basic black. And I did consider using one of the colors, but I thought I'll use black based on the sentiment and the sheep. They were stamped in Memento ink. Now I did pull out the circle right here and inked it up with soft sea foam, and then die cut it with a layering scallop circle. So it fit perfectly with one of our layering circles. And before I planted this layer down, which is popped up, I did use dimensionals, I wrapped a couple times the crinkled white ribbon around it and tied it into a bow. And I just thought, you know, this sheep was in the perfect position to announce my sentiment. So I'm hoping that she enjoys it. Now, next, I'm hoping that you'll enjoy creating this card with me. So why don't we get started? I do have all of the measurements, I'll put it right here, for my card today. So if you wanted to screenshot that, or however you like to record for the measurements of my card. So I did do a little chicken scratch on that. So we have all of our pieces right here, and this is the vellum layer that I was mentioning that we will overlay, because you can see it's a little bit brighter, fresh freesia, but with the vellum over top it does tone it down just a smidgen, which I really like that feature. So we will go ahead and fold. I did already score this at 5.5, and we'll burnish with a bone folder. And I like to flip it over and really get a nice burnish right there, so it lays flat and not up and about like that. All right, so we'll set that aside. The next piece we could do is some stamping of our sentiment and our sheep. We're going to do our little sheep today, and we're going to use Memento ink and ink that up really well and plant him right there in the center. And we're not going to do much with our sheep as far as coloring. We will color in the hooves with some smoky slate. All right, set that aside. Now with our image, this one right here, I found that it is really important that you have something squishy. So I'm using our piercing mat to help me with that, because I found that even with all the pressure that I have, it won't follow through. It doesn't do a full covering. And you know how I can show you that? I will test it out. And I inked up with sea foam, soft sea foam, and I'm gonna get it all inked up. You can see I have it fully inked, but when I go to stamp it, oh, now it's gonna prove me wrong. Normally I could only get about half of it to actually transfer onto my cardstock. So if you have that struggle, and I'm hoping you understand what I'm mentioning, it is advisable that you get something that's not super squishy. Our piercing mat has just got the right amount of give that when you add pressure, it will add pressure to the entire image. So my little test did not work, but I hope it makes sense. So we can now, I want to stamp our sentiment inside here. And I use the Hope This Card Makes You Smile. And it is a red rubber. And I'll center that right in here. Like that. Perfect. And you can use our StazOn ink as well. It gives a nice crisp black image as well. But I went ahead and used my Memento, partly because I am using my light colored smoky slate marker on the sheep, on the hooves of my sheep. And Memento will resist the alcohol ink from my marker. So that's one reason I had my Memento out. And you can use it for non-coloring, or definitely when you're coloring with your alcohol markers, you definitely want the Memento. All right, so we're going to go ahead and die cut these two pieces. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I can run these two through at the same time. So I'll bring my little die in from the sheep dies that you can earn for free with a $50 purchase. All right, get that lined up. And I like to use a little bit of washi tape to help me keep it in place so it doesn't shift on me. And then the circle, layering circles, I believe I used, was it? Nope, that one's way too big. I think it was this one. Yep. So if you set up your dies the way they came in the package, I'm using this particular one. It would be the second one in from that set. And I will just place it centering both images within there. Perfect. So if you're with me today, say hello. Let me know what you're planning for today. It's a Saturday, usually errand running or cleaning, heaven forbid. But, you know, if you're new with us, or you've been with me many times, share with me where you're from. And we can say hello to each other. And we'll put that away. Okay. So we have these two ready to go for when we're ready to put our card together. Now I think it's time to start stamping our background. And I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper behind because I will be stamping off the edges of my main piece, and this is your basic white. And I will definitely need my chamois because with each ink change, I need the chamois to clean my image so that it does not muddy up my ink pad. I don't transfer colors. So I've got Balmy Blue, I have Fresh Freesia, I've got Just Jade, and Soft Seafoam. And again, these four colors came from the color palette of the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper. I love it. I've been kind of in a funk trying to come up with color combinations, and lately I have just been diving in and relying on the old paper packs that come in our catalogs. So it's been fun, and it helps reduce my mental block and I can move on and not have to worry about. All right, so I'm going to start with my Just Jade, and I'm just randomly positioning this across my card. All right, so that's my one image. I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go with Fresh Freesia. And let's flip this around a little bit. And we're going to come down about right there. And ink. All right. So while I'm working on my little pattern here, I'm hoping that you're sharing your excitement for Sale-A-Bration. Have you been playing a lot with your choices, or are you waiting for some to, I don't know, hit the top of your wish list? I'm hoping so, because I haven't gotten them all. I want to admit that. I have not gotten all the sets that are available in the Sale-A-Bration. All right, let's see. We'll go back to our Just Jade and plug that in there. And I'm just trying to eliminate too much white space. All right, let's go with Fresh Freesia. And we're going to kind of overlap, give it some geometric look here. Let's see if I can move my ink pads up here. I re-ink that again, just to make certain it's fully inked. And like that. All right, so we'll go with Soft Seafoam. It's so important to remember to change or to clean your image before stamping. And moving on to the next color. All right, let's see. We haven't done Balmy Blue in a while. Let's try that. Give it right here. Like that. And let's do some Soft Seafoam. I'm trying to make certain I get the whole mix of colors evenly dispersed across my page. And, you know, instead of working with a small piece like that, you could do an entire 8.5 by 11 or even a 12 by 12 if you wanted. And then just cut it down into pieces just like you would your normal designer series paper. So that works as well. All right, let's see. Let's try that. There we go. And let's do some Balmy Blue. And, you know, this really wouldn't have to take a whole lot of thought, but there we go. Let's do this one. Like that. So if you have gotten the textures and frames set, have you been playing with it? I'm hoping that you have found a little bit of inspiration, you know, shared by others. I didn't find too many cards that have been shared across the internet, but I'm hoping that this will change and you're gonna dig yours out if you've gotten it and hadn't, you know, decided what you wanted to do with it yet. Or not. All right, let's see. Let's do some Balmy Blue down here. There we go. Got to remember to try and stay straight. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. Well, let's see. Maybe I can take advantage of that. Already inked. And do that. We'll just transfer that on. But look at all that ink I got on there when I thought that was my chamois. It's like, I was treating it like it was my chamois. It's like, no, it's not your chamois. All right. Oops, I still have ink on there. All right, now my block is clean. I can ink up again. All right. Just a couple more. I want to fill in these little voids so I don't have to really ink up the entire block. Put that in there. Little soft sea foam. And I think, let's see, let's do another soft sea foam about right there. See how that works. All right. Woo-hoo. See, now this would, this little white space here, but I'm going to have my strip across it, so no one's even going to see it. All right, so we're all done with that. That went pretty quick. Now just think, if you did an entire sheet at one time and then you cut down to the sizes that you need, that way you can make multiples all at one time, just like you would your normal designer series paper. So yeah, you can make an entire sheet and then use that as your cutting base. All right, we are now set to plant this on our basic black matte layer. And we'll go ahead and do that. Give it a little swishel in the middle. Not necessary, but it sounded fun. There we go, and even that up. And I'm gonna take advantage of the drying so I can swishel into place. All right, now this I can plant directly onto my card base. This is not being popped up. It's the next layers that I'm going to throw in some dimensionals. But this one I am going directly to the card front. And just think, with this pattern or this design, whatever you want to call it, go through all your designer series papers and pull out 4 colors and just have fun. And technically you could do this with the circles too. This circle image right here, you could do it with this one. You could do it with all of them, really. So, and you wouldn't have to choose 4 colors. Really, you could, use 3, but you do want to have a variety. All right, next up is to add our vellum to this piece right here. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I like to use. And that is to add a little bit of glue. I just do it like that. And I'll pick it up with my finger and I'll wipe it across the areas of point of contact with my vellum. And I want to make certain I kind of rub it on there. Don't let it sit like a dollop or a stream, because you want it to be spread on there so that way it's invisible when you attach your vellum. And I'll show you, because otherwise you can see the stream of adhesive or the dots, like our glue dots. They don't forgive, showing off your adhesive. But when you do it this way, you don't see that adhesive that I have applied onto the designer series paper. But it'll make it nice and tacky, that the vellum will hold on and not give you any headaches. So nice little share there that I really love, because I don't like to see, otherwise, with our sentiment and the sheep, and even with the ribbon, I could have put some Stampin' seal or my liquid glue across this layer, but I really did not want this to be open, you know, having some dimension there. Now I did, just because I don't know, I'm back into this where I roughed up my edges of my card. So I just take my snips and I don't open them because you don't want to do it with the blade because you will dull them. So to avoid dulling them, I just use the side of my paper snips and I just kind of do a little roughen up on the edges. And this was just kind of, I don't know, giving me a little bit of down-to-earth vintage look for my card. And go here. And even not roughing up the vellum. It's not as easy to rough up as the designer series paper, but it's working its way in there. And just get all the way to the edges. And that looks good. And then wipe all the flakes away, and there you got it. All right. So now we will wrap our crinkled ribbon. I just love this stuff. It's so easy to work with. And I did wrap it around twice. And I want to make certain that I have it flat on the back so it's not adding bulk to my card. And do this. I didn't bring my wet paper towel to remove the tackiness on my fingers, so my ribbon is wanting to stick to me. So, see if I can do this without it giving me too much of a headache. Oop. Yeah, it's not wanting to go around here without sticking to my finger. That's the only drawback, but, you know, normally you would have something to wash your fingers with. All right, I think I got it. There we go. And then just kind of poof it up a little bit and set it into place. And I did overlap this end. You don't have to, you can position it however, and then had this end open a little bit to add a little bit of character. And now, before I plant this, I want to make certain I'm having my bow kind of meet in the center. So I'm going to kind of rotate. There we go. It's just a smidgen. Angle cut. And snip this a little bit shy. There we go. Yay. Now, because I know that this is going to go in the center like that. Yeah, perfect. I can add this now to my card front using dimensionals. And here they are. So I'm going to pop this up. And look at the cute little polar bears and the fox. And, you know, we've got a penguin on a sled on the back side. So this is the back side of this layer. All right, and I'm going to use a couple of these halvies to fill in my voids right there. Perfect. And the other patterns, oh, I'm going to have that trouble again, are some of these polar bears and the fox and the penguins, and the one sheet especially of penguins, coordinates with a punch that is in the new July through December mini catalog. So if you get that punch set, it will coordinate with this designer series paper that you can get for free. So we're going to plant this right here. And I'm going to go a little bit higher. Oh, come on. There we go. Like that. And I went all the way to the edge of my card so that the matting was kind of reduced in, you know, in your vision a little bit. All right, now we're going to add dimensionals to our sentiment. And our sheep. Let's see, and I want to avoid the belly area because that is where it's going to overlap. So I might put one just about right there for support. All right, let's put our sentiment down first. All right, and I'm gonna get it as close to that bow and center of my card, like that. And then we'll add our little sheep. I thought about adding a balloon, because there's the die cut in this set that has a balloon, but I thought, I didn't want to steal away from my background. I just thought it was perfect the way, it's cute just the way he is. All right, whoops. Like that. And there we have it. Isn't it cute? Oh my golly. So adorable. And you don't have to worry about coloring a whole lot. Now I probably could do some shading with my sheep here, bringing in a tone of smoky slate, but I just thought it was just that little bit of color on the hooves was enough to accent the matted layer of my card. And again, that was using 4 different items. So I have my textures and frames. I have my counting sheep right there. Then I brought in the die that, it's still with my Stampin' Cutman, but you get this whole die set with a $50 purchase. And then I had the designer series paper. And so the patterns, as you will see, here are the bigger images that if you like to hand cut, for some therapy, these are even bigger. Now this one right here will coordinate with the punch that we have. So you want to make certain that if you get that punch, you definitely want to get a pack of this paper. And then that's the back side. Here are some more characters that you can cut out and decorate on a card or just keep them whole. And here's some more just fun colors. I love this color combination. And then here's the last pattern right there. And I love the subtle of the colors. I think this is kind of what drew me to this color combination, was this actual pattern right there. But to put it with my pattern, it was too much white. So I needed a little bit of color on here to really make everything pop. So yay! I hope that helps with that particular stamp set right here. Gives you some inspiration. Now, if you are interested in, purchasing the best bundle of all, you could join my Stampin' family. It's Lori's Dream Team, and we are growing across the states. And with the starter kit, it's $99, but you get to fill it with $125 worth of product, your choice. So if you've been buying Stampin' Up! Products, you can, buy all re-inkers if you wanted, or, fill in whatever you are missing from your crafting stash. But you also get to choose one of these bundles. And this particular bundle right here, the Christmas to Remember, I think it's the most expensive out of all of them. But, it's a variety of, either a stamp set and a punch, or a stamp set and a set of dies. And yeah, this is amazing. So these are the selections that you can choose, one bundle, when you purchase your starter kit. So if you have any questions, I'd love to visit with you and help you with your decision on joining my Stampin' Up! Family. So I think it's time to flip us back over and I want to thank you, my friends, for joining me on Saturday. Like I said, if you weren't able to join me, I will save this in my business page, Lori Dreams Stampin', and you can watch it at your convenience. Or if you were with me live and you want to come back and make this card, you can rewatch the video again as well. So hopefully I have all the tips and tricks, and you can catch the measurements again on the replay. So yeah, this will never go away. And then I'm going to also post it on my YouTube channel, Stampin' Dreams Lori Mueller. And then also too, I have the entire shopping list on my blog with this particular card. So if you go to stampindreams.com, it'll be the first post that you see. I just posted it last night. And then the shopping list is all the way at the bottom. So if you need everything, just hit that add all and go from there. Otherwise, each one of the links is hot that you can go to directly to my store and shop away. So I am so excited to share with you. I'm Lori Mueller with stampindreams.com, coming to you from Lincoln, Nebraska on Saturday. So if you have your alarm clock normally set for Sunday to meet with me at 2:30, you might have to hit the snooze for an entire week, because I won't be back until next Sunday for another session of Stampin' Dreams with Lori. So have a great day, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.